Hello, my friends. Not sure if the notice has gone out yet. I can see somebody joining. Hello, my friends. Thursday night. Let's bring color to our life. Who is with me? Coffee. Me and my coffee. It is 7 p.m. over here, so I'm still drinking coffee. When you join me, just let me know where you're watching from. Say hi to me. Send me some hearts. Hi, Sissy. Hallo, liebe Kerstin. Schön, dass du da bist. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Kerstin, dein Tisch ist da hinter mir schon in Vorbereitung. Das kleine Teilchen. Das ist schon gespachtelt und grundiert, weil der auch wieder seine Holzinhaltsstoffe abgibt. Da gehe ich mal gucken, ob ich morgen schon dazu komme, aber auf jeden Fall die Tage ran. My friends, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Angela. I am the owner and Instagram. Just get you over here that you can see me. I'm the owner and creative energy from Elfen und Helden. I'm an elite retailer for Dixie Belle over here in Frankfurt in Germany. Also the German distribution for Dixie Belle and Woody Band and for Grace and Design for Europe. I'm so happy that you're with me. Just say hi to me. Let me know where you're watching from. What's the time where you are? What's the weather like? We had quite decent weather over here. It is getting warmer. Spring is in the air. So everything is blooming. Wonderful for people with hay fever, including myself. But this is my favorite time of the year. What's your favorite time of the year, guys? Let me know. Okay, we've been working this week on this little table here. We've mixed our a special pink, and that pink was mixed basically with bright red, honky tonk red, with bright pink, peony, and with the plum crazy, a crazy plum. So those three colors are basically the base on this piece here. So I didn't want to go that crazy with it. Usually I would work with some turquoises or greens or something like that. This is going to be a little calmer because I'm going to keep the wooden top, as it is quite cute. The table was in pretty good shape, so I've basically sanded the top down. I'm just going to show you. That's the top, and that was revealed under that thick whatever. It was like a darkish, very shiny, like those brown furniture pieces, and when I've sanded that down, I've seen how pretty the wood underneath was. So I thought I'm going to keep that. So the wood is going to be revived and kept with we will do that later on also, with a new color from Dixie Belle, from the Voodoo Gel Stains, the water-based stains, the Au Naturel for French people. I probably pronounced that wrong. Apologies. I've also worked on here, and this is not one of my colors I usually work with. This is burlap. I made a wash with burlap. I mean, who's ever seen me working with that color? And I was thinking this week, why do I have it open? And I remembered, I just opened that because I had to blend in or had something to blend something out for a customer at one of those pieces he wanted to have from the decoupage. So I needed burlap. I don't think I've ever worked with burlap. But I thought with the wash and that pink color that Instagram, I'm going to bring you over so you can see that project. That's much more interesting than I am. I think that goes pretty well together, and it gives it like this weathered look. And just now in the German live, we already done some stenciling, and also here we're going to mix the same thing. I brought the Moonshine Metallics, the Steel Magnolia, which is, it is not silver, it is not gold, it is in between. It does cast in. It is very pretty. This is different, basically woods layered in there, and it is very pretty. So I thought I'm going to keep that. So that's very special. So we're going to use the Moonshine Metallics, the Steel Magnolia, water-based metallic paint by Dixie Belle, and it has a built-in basically top coat. So this is a paint which doesn't need to be sealed because it basically has a seal itself. Just look how pretty it is and how shiny. So as the coverage with those is not as you are used from the chalk mineral paints. And may need a couple of layers with stenciling. I'm going to mix those with the Gemstone Mousses by Dixie Belle. They are water-based, high pigmented metallic paste. Basically, you can use for doing your highlights and stuff like that, painting your hardware and things like that. And yeah, as I said, they are water-based. So you can mix those into a top coat, or you can mix those. I only need a little now. So I'm only going to use a little. But even so, I'm going to get the paint out of the lid back in the jar, what I don't need, because I don't want to waste it. I'm going to clean the lid later on. Because if the paint dries in there, you have a hard time to get that off your jar. So, but for now I'm just leaving it like that, and when I'm finished later on, I'm going to clean that nicely. So close it up, close your jars up as soon as possible. So your paint doesn't basically dry out. If it gets a little thicker, you can use a little water to make it thinner again. So even so, that's not a big deal. But if you keep them closed, it makes your life easier. So Gemstone Mousses, diamond, bright silver, very, very shimmery. Tiny little bit. I'm using Gemstone Mousse in Golden Gem and in Diamond. Basically, I'm mixing those in to get the same like the Steel Magnolia, which is basically like almost like a mix of those. Gemstone Mousses, as it is a water-based product, mix them up nicely. When they dry in, just use a little water to revive them. When you have them new, they do have different consistencies, basically, because they have real metal pigments. I'm just adding a little of my silver, of my diamond in here, as the metal pigments have different weights. So the consistency, Coucou Michelle, have a different consistency weight, so the consistency is different. So, but even so, mix them up nicely. As it is a water-based product, they need longer than the oil-based gilding waxes to dry. You only need a little. And if you are impatient like I am, you mix them a little bit with top coat, or as I am doing just now with the Steel Magnolia, which is almost like a top coat with metal pigments. So this is basically to enhance the whole thing. I've got everything in here now, and I'm going to mix that up nicely. And this is basically to enrich now the Moonshine Metallic, the Steel Magnolia. So the coverage will be better than before. So for stenciling, you can see there is already, we've already done the body part of the table and the legs on the side. I still have to do like the legs on the top here. I'm using one of the silkscreen stencils by Hi Michelle. I'm still talking, Michelle. So honestly, you really haven't missed something. I'm basically just mixing Moonshine Metallics, Steel Magnolia with the Gemstone Mousse in Diamond and Golden Gem. So that's the color. That's the color, basically the same as it was before. Steel Magnolia. Enhance with the Gemstone Mousses. Just clean my little spatula here. Straight away. So I've chosen for this project a silk screen stencil. Even I'm not getting like the whole benefit out of it because obviously this is a curved surface. There's a little bit of texture due to the wash and the paint on there. But one of the greatest benefits of the silkscreen stencils is that they have like firstly they are slightly sticky. This is the one I already used. They're slightly sticky, and they have, you probably can't see, but they have like a mesh. I don't know if they have like a mesh, and due to that mesh, they are very delicate. They have a lot of details. That's only possible because of that. And you can you get like crisp lines. You can use them different than the Mida stencils. But even so, the lines, you know, I don't need crisp lines because this is going to be a little bit of a boho-y, still boho-y project. Supposed to be a little weathered. And therefore, I've chosen this one because it's got like this round shapes and stuff like that. And as they are, you know, flexible, you can do anything with them. It's easier for me to lay them around those shapes. Hi, Tanya. It's easier for me to lay them around those shapes. I was thinking using on the legs on the top one of those, as I said, the delicate lace silkscreen stencils. They have like different motifs, and they always consist of 3 parts. Pretty 3 parts. And I was thinking it's basically the back of it, and it comes also with one of those scraper things, so you can move the Michelle, don't laugh. You know I make up English words, so that's our new word, boho-y. I'm not going to use that, but you can basically scrape the paints in, stuff like that. So I'm using a stencil brush because that's easier on this surface here. Still, I'm not sure if I should use one of those things on here, or if I shall use like on the other things this one. What do you think? As this is not going to be a regular stencil type anyway, I'll try. If I choose one, it'll be, which one would it be? I think I would use that one where I have my pointing finger just right now on there. Let's see. And I probably, let's see, if I cut it apart, you can cut those apart, or you can leave them like, you know, in whole. Let's see if I can, this is gonna work how I want to have it. I might be fine if I just leave it like that. Let's see. Okay, they are slightly sticky. This is not supposed to be a perfect look. So that's basically the way we go. Let's see how it turns out, and go from there. And you can see, you know, this is pretty shapy. That face is another new word I'm just making up, shapy. Thank you, Kerstin. Bowie Shapey. Okay, I'm just gonna get everything out of the way I don't need. This is going to be chaos. So this is basically where all I can show you, because the gemstone mousses, they need pretty long to dry as they are water based, and this one is mixed. There's some bristles. This one I've used. I've loaded my brush in the German Life, and this is dry. There's nothing coming off. So this is basically mixed with the Moonshine Metallics. So that works really well. I have a stencil brush for that. This is from Posh Chalk, the stencil brush, which is like quite a lot, because that's Cheryl, I'm cracking you up. Okay, mission fulfilled. So that's our mixture. Same thing like with when I do normal stenciling. You only need, this is far too much. This is far too much product I've got on here. So I'm basically scraping it off here first, and that's too much scraped off. And I'm moving it into my brush. I need a little more, so that my brush is nicely and evenly loaded with the product. So now I'm gonna go with a swirly motion, but I normally wouldn't do when I do stenciling, because you would just, you know, wipe it under the stencil. So let's see. I don't want to have it perfect. That's it. Oh, yes. That's nice. That's nice. Even so, gonna go down here that way. Just hold it on here. I need another hand. Go there. Around. And I'm just moving it now. You know, if you would do that with a normal one of those Mylar stencils, you would just like have the product all over the place, but not with this one. As I said, I don't need a perfect impression. I just want to have it basically, it can be irregular on there. This is supposed to be a weathered look, and it can look worn out. But this is much easier to, you know, to put or to add to the shape than the Mylar stencil. So there we go. That's basically how we are going. I'm going to do that all the way around, and then I'm going to show you a little closer. Let's see if I can bring you a little more in, a little more down, and Instagram. So same thing. Add that on here. Let's see. Add that on here. Just like that. Doesn't need to be perfect. That's not my intention at all. And you can see how nicely I can basically layer that around that shape. Makes my life a lot easier. It's gonna go around. Let's see, I'm gonna go down here now. Lay that on there. A little more product. This is basically, I want to get that product through this mesh onto my project. There we go. A little further down. Where are we? There. Let's see. Let's start with that one again. Now, a little bit on the tip here. go from there. That's it. That's how I like to have it. If there are some areas too bulky or something like that for you, you just may sand it down at the end or sand it back a little bit. So last leg. And another recommendation for you, clean your stencils straight after use, because otherwise it'll be a pain. So the silkscreen stencils, they are reusable when you treat them nicely. And I'm going to show you how I clean them. I've got my water here in my bucket, and I'm going to go and clean them in a minute. Go a little further down. It's basically, and it would be impossible to do something like that without cutting it apart with the Mylar stencils. So let's see. Still use little product. You really only need a little, you don't need much. And little tip here. That's it. Quite like that. So this is now all the way around. The top here I've already done with a brush, the enhancing the highlights of those wood you bend molds. It is the 1333 and the 2196, I think. So that's basically it. This can now dry. And put this to the side. I put my brush into the water. I'm going to bring that up a little closer to you so you can basically see what we've just, or what I've just made. And I'm placing my stencil into my water bucket. I'm going to show you how I clean them in a second also. A little tip from my side. So, which can drop down. So I'm going to bring you a little closer so you can see a little better. You can see that pretty nicely, that there's like all over the place, the stencil, you know, up here and things like that, just to give it like a little, weathered, different boho-y look. Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. I'm happy you do. I'm so happy you do. So, okay, this is that. Let's clean our stencil. Let's clean our stencil. I'm going to get the table out of the way. And then we see how we stain the top of the table. Oh, last baby wipe. Oh my God. So I have a bucket of water here, just like a little one. Just with Instagram, can you see? Just with, I put a drop of what's it called? Dish liquid. Michelle, translator. Dankeschön, Sissy. Dishwasher liquid. No, dishwasher, I don't know. Michelle, help. And this is basically what's left over when you use the scrubby soap. This is the sponge the scrubby soap is in. And it's a little rougher and it's perfect for cleaning your stencils. So put them into water straight away. As I said, the silkscreen stencils, they are slightly sticky. And even if you had them, you know, cleaned them with water and stuff like that, the stickiness is going to come back. Just don't lay them onto paper or something like that with a sticky side, because when they dry, they will stick to it. I know what I'm talking about, and I've just proved it again in the German life when I was cleaning the other stencil. Silkscreen stencils you can reuse about 10 times depending how you look after them. Obviously, maybe less, maybe more. And I could have cut it down, but as I didn't needed a perfect imprint image, I decided to not to. Also cleaning it from the back, because I've been layering it over the other paint, so there's paint on the back. And I'm not going to get the glue off, don't worry. You can clean those. You just got to make sure that you don't use any oil or re-greasing stuff. So even though I had colleagues which from Dixie Belle retailers which used no paint gel stain and what's it called, to clean that off, because that's oil based. Washing up liquid, dishwashing liquid. Okay, all right, yeah, thank you guys. So, and that's with that scrubby soap sponge, that works pretty nicely. So you can see through again. Now do that straight away and your stencils will last a long time. So I'll put that to the side. Be right back with you guys. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. So I'm out of breath. Oh, yeah, throwing the table now. It's like, you remember the drawers I made the other day? The purpley one I've already dropped. So that's clumsy little me. So put this a bit to the side. And let's see if we can do that way. Okay. I think that should work. So this is now the top of the table. I have a sip of coffee, guys. Sorry, I'm talking so much tonight. Okay. That's a new color from Dixie Belle, Voodoo Gel Stain, water-based. Needs a soaky surface. It is very, very pretty. Still, the colors, they don't really go with because it's a little too orangey reddish with the rest of the table. I think this is that doesn't go at all at the moment. That doesn't go at all. That's pretty, isn't it, Michelle? I absolutely love it. I'm not a wooden girl. I'm not a wooden girl, but when I sanded that down, I thought this is so amazing. I'm going to keep that. Voodoo Gel Stain is water-based, and the coverage is not as with the no paint gel stain. That's a new color. That's Au Naturel. Au Naturel. Michelle from France. Apologies if I pronounced that wrong, because that's French. Water-based, mix it up nicely. You can apply that either, you know, with a sponge or with basically whatever. Oh, Dixie Belle's got those spongy thingies, spongy brushes. You can use those also. You can use a Gator Hide sponge, whatever, you know. Everything works nicely. So mix it up nicely. And they got like a twisting top. I've already had it open. So when it comes new, it has like a seal that's already taken off here, you know. So when you get it new, you've got to take off the seal. So otherwise you won't get anything out. And it's got like a twisting top. You can twist it open. And just let me get prepared. Just let me get prepared. I need some water. So am I going to use one of the new spongy brushes? Actually, I will. I will try them out. I haven't tried them yet. I will use, they come in 3 sizes. They come in 3 inch, and 2 inch, and in 1.5 inch. So I haven't tried those. Let's see. I've taken the middle size. So I'm taking the middle size. They're from the Bells and Whistles line, which is like the creative line from Dixie-Belle. And they are, oh, they're very solid. I like that. That's very good. Very good. Like they really have like a brush thingy here. Okay, still, I like to, whatever, even the sponges, I like to just dampen that up a little bit. Okay. That's nicely mixed. I'm just squeezing it onto the table. La, la, la. And then I will see if I have enough of that product. If it's too much, I'm just going to take that back. You can take it back as much as you want. And the Voodoo Gel Stain, it needs a soaky, oh, that makes sense. It needs a soaky surface to sink in, basically. And it's toning it right down. You can take it back if it's too much for you. I'm just going to add it for now. Spread it out evenly. Also on the sides here. So, and I want just to shimmer through at the end. It is toning it right down. On the sides here, I also will have later on the that mixture we made of the let's see, I need a little more of the product. The mixture we made from the Moonshine Metallic with the, let's work that right in here. If it hasn't dried yet, you can still actually, I'm going to water that down a little bit. That's it's too much for me. So, all the way around. So the Voodoo Gel Stain needs a porous surface, basically. So the wood's got to be sanded to take up the stain, and you can also use it over the chalk mineral paints as they are open porous. Also, that works. And it gives it a nice natural touch, basically. It tones it right down. With the Voodoo Gel Stain, it comes in some beautiful colors also, in green and in turquoise, like a lovely teal color. as I said, as long it hasn't dried, you can still move that all around. And I think that is very, very pretty. What do you think? You can still see the wood grain, and it has toned it nicely down. There's some irregular areas, just go over it. Let it sink in. Let it sink in. Can have a little more and some. There's an edge I sand it down a little too much, but this is going to be a little bit weathered basically. So there you go. So obviously this is going to be sealed at the end. I'm going to use a top coat to seal that. So what do you think? What do you think, guys? Sit down. Whoa, my back. Oh, Nina, you've been a naughty girl. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. So, okay, not touching, not touching. So I'm gonna let that dry now. And this is going to sink in even a little more. And you can still see, you know, all this nice wood grain and things like that. So that's basically the idea of it. And I'm going to use the mixture we just made just on the outside here. Just on the outside there. Gonna get artist brush. Artist brush. Ouch. Those are the artist brushes from Dixie Belle. I have those too. And basically just come around those edges here. Let's see. This is the angled one. And this is our mixture. We made the steel magnolia. I'm probably gonna mix some more. This sinks in pretty much into that wood. There we go. There we go. So this is taken out, you know, all this reddishness out of the wood, out of that. You can see how accurate you can basically use this brushes also. I think I might have just about enough of that product. I'm just going to go all the way around. And thanks or due to that, I mixed that with the is the Gemstone Mousse. Mousse? The mousse, loose around the mousse. The coverage is really, really low. So swapping hands, painting. You know, I'm right and left-handed, which is sometimes quite handy, so to say. Yeah, it is handy. Sorry you can't see what I'm doing over here, but I'm basically doing the same thing that I've done on the other side. So. How do you like that new color from the Voodoo Gel Stain? I'm going to show you, just let that dry a little bit, and I'm going to show you a little closer in a second. So coverage is perfect, and I've just mixed about enough, I would say, from that product to get all the way around. There's some shouting out there. Are you working on a project, guys? What are you working on? Oops. So, that's good. Last bit done. Just turn around to your side so you can see a little more. Swapping hands again. And it's just I can't really see what I'm doing there. It's, just about. Please let me have mixed enough of it. There we go. Just about enough, guys. Last drop around the edge here. Perfect. Last drop around the edge here. That's it, guys. So I think this Au Naturel is ever so pretty. Goes so well with the whole thing. Sorry, I'm concentrated here, guys. Usually, what's the time? Oh, good in the time. 45 minutes. Not too bad, isn't it? For me. So let's see. That's almost dry. Even so, I'm going to let that dry a little more. So that's basically the top now. It's toned right down. And now it goes a lot better with the... Oh, hasn't dried yet, obviously, as this is pretty fresh. So there you go. There you got the whole picture. Stenciling on the legs and stuff like that. So this is a little calmer, basically. I like that. Really, really like that. So I'm just putting all that spongy stuff and all the things into the water to make sure it's not drying in. Also, the brush. Missed something here. So, obviously, you have to let that dry a little. Okay, my friends. Ooh. Oh, my back. I've got muscle ache. Usually I do, or I used to do every morning at least 5 to 10 minutes my yoga. And I'm gonna put that up here. And I've been lazy. Well, I haven't been lazy, but there's so many things going on in the last months. Thank you. Thank you, Kirsten. Oh, hi, Jill. So, Instagram. There we go. So, that's it. That cutie is basically... I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to decide if I'm going to use some white wax or something like that also on it. I'm not quite sure yet. There's a bristle there. But I think for a boho-y, and it's not too crazy because I didn't want to take too much away from the top also. I'm going to let that dry. The color is ever so pretty. And it basically gives it that nice weathered look. So, my friends, Instagram, here I am. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to... Thank you, Tanya. Speechless. Who, me or her? Washing up liquid. Yeah, I had that before. Making up birds. All right, my friends. So I'm so happy you've been with me tonight, guys. My name is Angela. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elfen Helden. I'm an Elite retailer for Dixibel over here in Frankfurt in Germany. And the whole week over, we transformed this little table. It's almost finished now. I'm going, I'll have to let it sit. And I love the details. I love the imperfections and the way those calm colors go with the crazy pink. And I'm going to let you go now, guys. 50 minutes is not one of my usual overlong videos. For those who tuned in late, this video will be up and you can watch the... Thank you, Michelle. You can watch the replay later on. Guys, for those who don't know me, my name is Endel. I'm the owner of Creative Energy from Elf und Helden. And if you haven't done it yet, guys, please pop over to my page. Leave me a like there. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Master of Disaster I've done pretty well tonight, I think. It wasn't too crazy. And I'm wishing you a lovely weekend. If you watch replay, put hashtag replay into the comments and let me know that you've been there. And send me your questions, whatever, if you can help you. Obviously, you can buy all those products from me and from one of the retailers from us. So just feel free to contact me to get you somebody. Guys, thank you so much. You have a lovely weekend. Look after yourself. Stay healthy. And I'm so happy that you've been here and supported me. That's great. Gute Nacht, liebe Sissi. Bonsoir, Michelle. Oh, bonne nuit. Bonne nuit. Pardonnez-moi, mon français, c'est pas très bien. So, good night, everybody. Guys, thank you for being with me. Ta-da.